Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Game of Cryptos. Now, in this video, as you can see from the title, I wanted to talk about how you can go about accumulating just one full Bitcoin, getting more Satoshis. I know that for myself, that the main reason why I got into crypto was to be able to not only try and have generational wealth, but I want to be able to keep and preserve wealth. So in this video, I want to actually go over ways that you can utilize not only getting wealth, but keeping your wealth. I think that's huge. So what I'm going to go over is going to be very huge. It's going to be very much about talking about what to do when it's the peak of the next bull run, which should be around 2025. Now, if you see this chart, this is shout out to I believe his name is Kelvin, Power Publish on YouTube. I got this from him, and it shows the 4-year Bitcoin cycle. If you go every where you see a 1 right there is the start of the bear market. So in 2024, you had the bear market, and then you had number 2 is accumulation. Number 3 is when the Bitcoin halving starts, and then the four is a bull run. And as you can see, it repeated itself again back in 2018. You had the peak of the market, it went to the bottom of the depths of the bottom, and then you had accumulation phase, and then you had the halving, and then boom, price goes up. And then if you see over here, so right now, or last year in 2022, it was the bear market. You know, prices, Bitcoin went down to what, like 20, no, not 25, 15.5 was the bottom. And it should be the bottom. That could change, but as of right now, that's the bottom. Right now, 2023 is a great accumulation year. So if we were to compare it to previous years, we would be right about here, accumulation, sideways action. And then the year 3, so in 2024 is when the Bitcoin halving happens, and then in 2025, right here, bull run, all-time highs for Bitcoin, all-time highs for other cryptos. So we can utilize this. I wanted to discuss this to show, and here's another visual right here. You know, you got your halving, and then what happens? Boom, all-time highs. Halving, green line right here. Boom, all-time highs. And then as you can see right here, you know, we're about maybe 8 or so months out from the next BTC halving, where the supply gets cut in half that the miners earn when they're solving these complex equations and whatnot. And it looks like the projected top will be, now this is just a guesstimation, but maybe around October, November, December of 2025. Now, the main point of this video, I'm getting at it, guys, just hang in there. So imagine now it is peak 2025. Now you have turned, let's say, $10,000 into $100,000. Okay, great. You made the money, but let's say it's still in your Coinbase account, or whatever exchange you're using, Binance or anything. Or let's say it's in your ledger. Right now, those are unrealized gains, meaning you have made that money, but technically it's not yours until you do something with it. So, to me, one of the best ways to go about it, especially if your goal is to not only have wealth but preserve wealth and to accumulate Bitcoin, when the market peaks, and again, no one's ever going to be able to time the market perfectly. I understand that. But let's say you think Bitcoin's going to 100,000. Maybe you can start selling your crypto a little bit before that, your altcoins, maybe a couple months out from when you think the next all-time high is going to be, or past the all-time high, because I think it's going to go way past 69, but when it gets close to maybe 95,000. One of the key things to do is try and sell the top at least as close to the top as possible. Now the thing becomes, okay, what am I going to do to preserve my wealth? Now, there's a couple ways you can go about it. One of the first things is, this is a list of stable coins. You have USDT, you have the Tether USDC, Binance USDC. When it comes to trying to cash out in the peak of the bull run, I would, again, this is not financial advice, but one thing that I would do is start putting your money into converting it into stable coins. And if, for those of you that are not aware of what a stable coin is, it's pegged to the US, it's pegged to the dollar. So it's going to hold its value. And that, I think, is crucial. It's basically money on the sidelines for future price action when it comes to crypto recycling itself. Because, again, going back to this chart, it's literally rinse and repeat. Bull run, bear market, bull run, bear market, bull run, bear market. And when you start getting used to these patterns of 4 years, you realize that you can really increase your wealth significantly, potentially. Again, not financial advice. But one of the first things I would do is put some money into your stables, cash out, to be able to realize the money you have made. Now, another thing that, now again, this video, as a reminder, it's about trying to get more Satoshis, more Bitcoin. So right now I'm mainly into just crypto, but I also have been paying a lot attention to other stocks that have done really well. And for instance, as you can see, I pulled up the Tesla site. Tesla, everything that Elon Musk is doing for the future, EVs and the cars, it's a game changer. And that stock has been historically doing really, really well. And another one that's been doing really well is NVIDIA with the GPUs, the AI. It's really catching a lot of retail investors to put in investments. And historically, a lot of these stocks do well. So the point what I'm getting at, if you're someone that is trying to achieve and have more Bitcoin, one of the best things you can do is put your money into stables, wait for the bottom of the bear market for the next bull run to happen. So for instance, if you see at the top of 2021, you made your money, you put it in the stables, or let's say, you put it in the stables, you wait for the accumulation phase where we're in the bear market again, you then pull that money back out, and then now you can go heavier into Bitcoin. You now have gained more Satoshis. You now have more Bitcoin than when you previously started from the last bull run. Does that make sense? So what I'm getting at is try and put your money into plays that have a little bit of like stability and less volatility. For instance, stables, they literally remains like stable. Stocks that are really, reliant over time, like Tesla, NVIDIA, and I haven't really discussed it, but obviously you can talk about Amazon, Google, and stuff like that too. But yeah, and if you do this, now let's say when you went into the bull run, you only had maybe 0.10 Bitcoin. Let's say you already had a little bit invested in Bitcoin, but you put a lot of other money into altcoins, because if you go to this crypto bubble site, you will see that altcoins can get you a lot of gains, more than Bitcoin. This is the top 100 here. Let me look at the time frame. So within the last year, you have cryptos like Injective, Caspa, Render, and they have outperformed Bitcoin. Bitcoin's over here at like 22%, which is still really great, better than a lot of stocks. Injective though, 382%. Caspa, 1,388%. Altcoins are going to allow you to gain on Bitcoin. So obviously that's another way that you can accumulate to getting 1 Bitcoin, but that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to show you the plan when you have now made a lot of money to then put it into either stocks that are very like top of the line in their asset class, and buy back in when the market goes back down and almost hits rock bottom again, because you want to accumulate Bitcoin at its lowest price. So as of now, like with this right now in this 4-year cycle, Bitcoin bottom out around 15.5. That, let's say we could go back in time and we did this whole method that I'm talking about, right now would be the time, right then would have been the time to put in that money that you made from the previous bull cycle. So now you have, instead of 0.1 Bitcoin, now you have, depending on how much you put in, you could have now have half a Bitcoin, a full Bitcoin, etc., etc. So to me, this would be one route of acquiring 1 full Bitcoin. There's obviously many other ways. You can just regularly DCA throughout a crypto bear market. But I thought a lot of you would find this very useful when it comes to trying to figure out ways like, okay, how can I get more Bitcoin? Because at the end of the day, yes, altcoins do make more gains than Bitcoin, but there does come a day when you need to take profit and when you need to preserve the money that you have. And that's a big thing, because especially if you're someone that has a lot of money, you're a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, you don't necessarily need to go down the risky route. You see these altcoins right here, Injective, Caspa, a lot of gains, but they can also be very volatile. And you don't want to be necessarily, because get this, when a bear market happens, yes, Bitcoin goes down, it can recorrect 60-70%, but guess what? All coins will correct 99.9%. And then guess what? They can go down another 90%. So the name of the game, get in, make money, preserve wealth. And I believe that one of the best methods to becoming a full coiner in Bitcoin, load up on some alts that you really like, that you think have utility and can make you some good money in the bull run. But as I go back to this chart, when it gets close to, when you get that sentiment where the euphoria phase where everything seems like it's peaking, put your money in the stables, wait for the bottom of the bear market, and put that money back in the Bitcoin. So there you guys have it. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.